Today we are looking at the Kubuntu 25.04 daily build. So here you can see you get the KDE Plasma 6.2.4, KDE Frameworks version 6.9.0, Qt version 6.8.1, and the kernel version you get the 6.11.0, which is almost end of life, and the graphics platform X11. So this is not the informational video or anything like that, it's just a basic testing video because I already made Ubuntu 25.04 Plucky Puffin. The code name for the 25.04, whether it's Ubuntu or Ubuntu flavors, is a Plucky Puffin. So I already made a video in my channel of Ubuntu 25.04. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out. This is the video. I explained everything like what kernel you get, what is the release date, and every information about the Ubuntu 25.04 and the other flavors. So I'm not going to discuss same thing in this video. I'm just going to check out all the changes happened after almost a month. I just made the Ubuntu 25.04 a month ago, so I need to see other flavors also, and also I can say whether it's better to try it or not. So usually it's in the unstable version or the development version, so I'm not going to recommend for a normal user. But if you're a distro hopper or already a Linux user, you can try it in the virtual machines and mention all the changes and how it's going to perform. So if you tried all those things, do let me know in the comment section. I'm going to do all the Ubuntu and Ubuntu flavors. I already made the Ubuntu, so I'm just going to make all the Ubuntu flavors. So about the console, I already installed the NeoFetch and also the Fast Fetch. So this is how the installation looks. So here all the information, and also KDE Plasma doesn't perform well on the virtual machines. You already know that. So don't judge it by seeing this video. Like there will be some issues, lag and everything in the video because Kubuntu and Ubuntu flavors will have some issues in the virtual machine. But when you install it on the bare metal, it's going to be performing better. And about all the things here, you should be seeing the Kubuntu Plucky Puffin 25.04. I'm running it on the virtual box, and the kernel is Linux 6.11. You don't get the 6.12. It should be updated in future maybe, but I don't really say, or don't really know what version of the kernel you should be getting when it's released on stable or when the stable release released. And about the uptime, it says like a 5 minutes. It's more than 5 minutes because I typed everything a few minutes ago, so it should be almost like 10 minutes now. I'm going to type it again at the end, so we should be seeing the uptime. And about the packages, you get the 2230 dpkg and 9 snap. Shell bash version, you get the 5.2.37. This is my monitor resolution. And my CPU information and all the virtual machine information, I'm going to say it. I'm using i5 1240p CPU. Here you should be seeing the CPU information. Let me find the CPU. I'm sitting far away from the monitor, so I need to find the CPU. So here is the CPU. I already mentioned that I am using i5 1240p and I'm using a 60 GB of virtual disk, and RAM I'm using 8 GB of RAM. So here you should be seeing the RAM. I'm using the DDR4 RAM. It's not a DDR5 or DDR3. So here you got all the information like a themes, icons. You can just pause the video and read everything right here. So it's better to use the Fast Fetch instead of NeoFetch because NeoFetch is already ended. So it's better to install the Fast Fetch. Just update all the packages and just type in like install the Fast Fetch. Type in like a sudo apt install the Fast Fetch, and it should be installed. And I already installed the inx-sv8 to grab complete distro information. So this is how the installation looks. And as you can see, there is like a major lag. So that's because of the virtual machine. It will be completely different in the bare metal. And also for the KDE Plasma desktop environment, it consumes a bit of more resource. Like KDE Plasma GNOME are well known for consuming a bit of more resources when compared to the XFCE, OpenBox, JWM and other type of lightweight desktop environment. So you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM. Even the Ubuntu, in the Ubuntu official website, they say the system requirements, you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM, 60-70 GB of hard disk, and like a CPU, maybe dual core like that. So it's better to have a good processor. If you have like an old PC, you don't need to buy new things in order to use the Ubuntu. You can use the Ubuntu flavors, which is Lubuntu, which consumes lesser resources, and also Subuntu, which has the XFCE desktop environment. And for the Lubuntu, you get the LXQT. So you should be good with those desktop environment and also the distro. You don't need to buy new things. Linux distro is for old PCs. If you have like a old PCs, it's meant to use the Linux distro, so you don't need to buy anything or any new things. I'm just going to mention the basic requirements of the whatever the distro it is. So if you have like a 1 GB of RAM, try the Ubuntu or the Ubuntu, try it on your own, and if it's working properly, then go with those things. Don't buy new things or anything like that, it's not needed. And about the INX-S8, here we have the host like a Kubuntu. Because I didn't install it on the virtual disk, I'm running it as a live boot. So that's the reason you should be seeing the host as a Kubuntu, or else you should be seeing your user account name. And the kernel, you get the 6.11, which is end of life. I'm going to show you all those information in a few seconds. And the desktop environment, you get the latest KDE Plasma 6.2.4. Most of my viewers doesn't like the KDE Plasma because it consumes a bit of resources, but it's clearly up to you. If you like that, it's no problem. It's up to you. There is no hate or anything like that. Do let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts and everything. There is no problem with it. You can say anything in my comments because everyone has a freedom to talk. And here is the frameworks. You get the 6.9.0, and distro, it says like a Kubuntu 25.04 Plucky Puffin. The code name is a Plucky Puffin, so it's very hard to even pronounce a lot of things like this, but it's okay, no problem. And it's based on Ubuntu, and I'm running it on the VirtualBox, which I already mentioned. The version, it says like a 1.2. So these are all the unnecessary things. We need the main things like a graphics, audio, information. And I already mentioned I'm using 8 GB of RAM. Available RAM will be around like a 7.7 GB, as you can see here. And it's consuming like a 1.64 GB. But when you open the system monitor, you should be seeing all the information. It's consuming 2.7 GB. And CPU will be pretty much unstable throughout the video because most of the latest version of the KDE Plasma in the virtual machines act like this, but the older versions like a 5.27 and other things will perform better. So it's the issue with the virtual machines. It's not the distro problem or anything like that. And if you still think like that, you can try it on your own and do let me know in the comment section. There is no issue. You should be saying there is no issue. So these are all the applications. Let me show you the clear applications. So I opened a few applications here. And about the history, here you should be seeing the unstable graph. And about the process, you should be seeing all the process like this. So in the virtual machine, the VirtualBox performs better when compared to the VMware. In the VMware, the distro, whatever the Ubuntu or Ubuntu flavors, will be having a lot of issues. So in my PC, that's how it's going to perform. VirtualBox performs better. In the VMware, it's going to be having a lot of issues. It doesn't allow anything. It just shows the black screen and it just freezes the screen. So it's better to go with the VirtualBox. But if VMware is working properly for you, then go with the VMware. So here is our system monitor. So I'm going to keep it like that throughout the video, and you can decide whether to use this. Even if it looks like a stable version, don't use it on the main PC or work PC because it's not the stable version right now. It's in the development version. So I'm not going to recommend for a normal user, but if you're a distro hopper or a Linux tester, you can try it in the virtual machines or in the older PCs. And about the other things, what we have, I already mentioned about the CPU. Here is the vulnerabilities, which is clearly unnecessary for the video. And about the graphics, when we go to the graphics information, we see the VMWGFX version is 2.20 and display is X11 and XOH version is 21.1.14, and there is with the XVLAN version 24.1.4. When you scroll it down, you should be seeing my present monitor resolution. Here are available monitor resolutions, and here you should be seeing the EGL version 1.5. OpenGL version, you get the 4.5. And the Mesa, you get the latest 24.2.8. And here is like a LLVM pipe, and the Welcome version, you get the 1.3.296. About the audio, you get the Pipewire version 1.2.7. And here is like a network, Bluetooth, repos, which is clearly unnecessary for the video. But if anything is important, you can just pause the video and read everything on your own. You don't need to hear all those things from me. And about the process, here is like a 180. Shell bash version, which I already mentioned. Init systemd version, you get the 257. INXer version you get the 3.3.36. So we got all the distro information. These are all the changes in the Kubuntu 25.04. It's not the exact you get this type of information, but when we update, this is like a weekly build or a daily build, so it should be completely changing until the stable release is announced or released. So don't judge, you don't get like a 6.11 kernel until the release, because the 6.11 is almost end of life. So I guess you should be getting like a 6.12 or 6.13 like that, I guess. And what else we have? Let's type in like a cat /etc/issue, and here you should be seeing Ubuntu Plucky Puffin development branch. So we got all the distro information like audio, graphics, distro, what it's based on and everything. So here is all the information, the CPU. Now let's close everything. I'm going to keep the settings like that, and let me open the browser. So when you type in the about ;support, you get the browser information and distro information. So I already showed every information in the terminal itself, but you still get some information here. Like you get the browser, the latest browser right now is the Firefox 133, and the canonical, the build ID, the kernel, and here is the themes, the RAM and the disk space. Here is like a picture and picture. When you scroll it down, you should be seeing the LLVM and Mesa and everything, which I already mentioned, and I already showed you everything in the terminal. So here you should be seeing the same information. If you didn't like the terminal, you can try it from here. So it says like a Mesa LLVM 23.2.10, and the monitor resolution. I already showed the Mesa information in the terminal, which was 24.1. Here you should be seeing 23. And these are some browser information. And in order to download the Kubuntu daily build, just type in like a Kubuntu 25.04 daily build. Let me show you. So this is how I typed, or this is the search term you need to type in order to download. If you're a normal user, I am not going to recommend this distribution for you, because you're going to ruin your PC if it happened anything. So it's better to try it in the virtual machines if you want to try it, or else if you're a normal user, it's better to stay away from all those things. As soon as the ISO files are released, whether it's a beta version or a stable version, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to completely show you how it's going to perform. You don't need to worry about anything, because you will be getting all the Linux and Linux information in my channel, whether it's a community post or whether it's a YouTube shorts or maybe the direct full video. You should be getting every information in my video. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe, because I'll be posting videos daily. And let's stop all those things and let's get to the video. So you just need to type in like a Kubuntu. When you type it, you should be getting this page, or else you can just type in the URL. I'm not going to provide any URL in the comments, because whether it's development ISO file, so if it's in like a development stage, I'm not going to provide any link, because I don't want you to click on those links and try this distribution. If you're a Linux tester or a distro hopper, you already know how to download these things. So here is the downloading process. Because of some people for the virtual machines, I'm going to show you how to download. So when you click on the link, or when you type on this URL, or when you type in the search term in the Google, you should be getting the ISO files here, which is 4.2 GB, and the Plucky desktop is the ISO file. And here you should be seeing the 4.2 GB. Just click on the ISO file and you should be getting the ISO file. So try it in the virtual machines and do let me know in the comment section. If you're a normal user, like I already said like 3 times, don't try it. So that was the downloading process. And this is the video in order to check the Ubuntu 25.04. I already discussed everything in that, like a release date and everything. Now let's talk about the kernel. Just type in like a kernel.org and hit enter. So the kernel we are using is 6.11, and the version right now in the Linux kernel website is 6.11.11 is on the end of life. But the stable version is 6.12.7, and the mainline version or the release candidate version is 6.13 RC4. So the 6.12 is the LTS version, and the 6.11 will be end of life. If you want the full information or the description of whatever the kernel is called, like if it's said like a stable version, here is the stable description. If it says like a pre-patch or the main line, here is all the description. If it says like a long term, here is the long term description. And the 6.12 will be end of life will be around like a December 2026. Most of the kernels will be ending on December 2026, except the 5.4, which will be ending on December 2025. In order to get the kernel information, just type in like a uname-r in the console, or else you can just type in about ;support in the browser. You should be getting the kernel information. There are a lot of ways to get the kernel information. So that was some information about the kernel and also the downloading process and everything. Let's close the browser. And about the wallpapers, I don't think there is any new wallpaper. So even there is no official website providing any information right now because it's in the development stage. So as you can see, I think the top 5 or top 6, so it's around like a 6 wallpapers. So these 6 wallpapers are kind of new in my point of view. I don't really remember the older version of Kubuntu using. So I'll be posting like a videos and shorts, so it's pretty much very hard to remember anything. But if you're using the older version of Kubuntu right now, you should be exactly seeing the changes right away. So I think this is where the new wallpapers, I guess. So I guess they added like a plant wallpaper. So I'm just going to change it. I'm going to click on apply, and I'm going to see the about information also. So you should be getting the folder view information right here, and the wallpaper should be changed, kind of like a nebula or the universe thing wallpaper. About the file managers, you should be getting the application information. The Dolphin version should be, let me show you that. About Dolphin, you get the 24.12.0. This kind of looks different, I guess. So in the past, or in the older version, it was like a small box, but it shows like a big box. Maybe I should be wrong, or maybe I should be correct. So if you are using the older version, you should be seeing the changes right away. So about the preference, you can customize, you can configure, you can do whatever you want. So if you want to see the hidden files, you can do that. And if you want to change the sorting and everything, you can do that. So it's not a new thing, so I'm just going to close everything. And about the installer, you should be still getting the same style of installation. Let's see the installer. So here is our Calamares installer. Let's check the version. You get the 3.3.12. So it should be changed when the stable release, or whether it's a beta version, it should be changed. The version will be changed. Whether it's a kernel, whether it's the applications, it should be changed because it's still in the daily build. So you get the 3.3.12, and the installer says like a 24.10, but the version we are using 25.04. So it will be changed after a few days. So ignore all those things. When you click on next, you still get the same things. So there is nothing changed here. As you can see, you already know how to install. So I'm just going to close everything. So it's the same installation style because it's a Calamares installer. And about the pre-installed applications, let's check the pre-installed applications. And about the KDE Plasma desktop environment, you already know what are the changes in the latest KDE Plasma version. So and also the applications will be updated as soon as next day, or maybe whatever the latest release is released. So don't consider anything in this video. Just check the audio graphics information, and if you want to try it, you can try it. It's just like an educational video. It's not the exact things you should be getting. It should be updated to the latest things. So these are all the applications you get pre-installed, most of them from the KDE Plasma desktop environment, and I don't think there is anything added from the Kubuntu. And about the customization of the KDE Plasma, you already know how to customize everything in the KDE Plasma. So there is no new thing here. You can customize the icons, you can show the alternatives. So you can do whatever you have, you can add the widgets. And what else we have? The show panel configuration. You can do whatever you want here. So it's clearly up to you to customize. So if you want to see other videos of Ubuntu flavors, you just need to subscribe, or else you can just check out my channels. I'll be posting all those things. And I think that's the video, I guess, because we already checked all those things and I showed pretty much every important thing, I guess. So if I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section. So here is how it looks. Type to search, you can search and do whatever you want here. So the applications, the favorites, it's completely changed because I choose the different style, and this is how it looks. So customize according to your wish, even if you have the older version of the Kubuntu, but if you have the latest KDE Plasma, then you should be getting all those things. And I think that's the end of the video. Let's check the system monitor and end the video. Let's check the resources. So it's going to consume a bit of more resources in the virtual machines. Don't decide on these things. Try it on your own and do let me know in the comment section. Never trust anyone on the internet, whether even if it's me or any other person. Try it on your own and decide on your own, and let me know in the comment section how it's going to perform. And it's a development ISO file, so it's better to try it in the virtual machines. Don't try it in the main PC or work PC. I'm saying it again and again, don't try it in the main PC, because if we have any issues, then it's going to ruin complete PC. So this is how the resources are consuming. It's around like a 2.4 GB, and the CPU is pretty much unstable. I didn't open like a bunch of applications to see whether this distro will handle, because the KDE Plasma or the Ubuntu flavors will already perform worse in the virtual machines. But it's not the same thing in the bare metal, because in the bare metal it's going to be performing way better. I'm talking about the virtual machines. This is how it performs in the virtual machines, even if you have like a good CPU or hardware and everything. So that's the end of the video. If you have any information, do let me know in the comment section. It will help me and also others. So let's check out the logout screen, and we're going to end the video. And also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, and always turn on the notification, because as soon as the video is posted, you should be getting the notification. And here are our sessions. You get the Kubuntu live environment, you get the Plasma VLAN and the Plasma X11. If you want the latest thing, you go with the VLAN. If you want the old style, you can go with the Plasma X11. And that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.